Hey, what's up guys? This is Ryan and welcome to Foodiligence. Today we're talking about Chex Mix. We're eating 10 different flavors of Chex Mix to see which flavor is the best. We have traditional, bold, cheddar, sour cream and onion, honey barbecue. Oh my god, there's so many flavors. Turtle, honey nut, dark chocolate, jalapeno cheddar, and ghost pepper. We are going to split these flavors into 3 different categories based on their flavor components. So the first category is umami or savory. So the umami category has the traditional, the bold, the cheddar, the barbecue, and the sour cream and onion. The second category is going to be indulgent or sweet and salty. The sweet flavors are the turtle, the dark chocolate, and the honey nut. And the last category is going to be spicy, but there's only 2:
ghost pepper and jalapeno cheddar.
Before we eat any Chex Mix, actually let's do a quick nutritional sidebar. Why is Chex Mix better of a snack than a regular potato chip? So a Chex Mix has about 60% less fat than a potato chips. They're clocking in at about 130 calories. So you're gonna get more bang for your buck with the Chex Mix, and you're gonna keep about the same amount of flavor. So Chex Mix is a good alternative to regular potato chips, but it's still a snack food at the end of the day. So we shouldn't be eating too much of it. Because we can't eat too much of it, let's find out which one's the best so we don't waste any calories. Let's get going to savory. All right, first up, we have the traditional. Let me grab my little bowl. So I get a little peek of this right here. Oh, nice. The original Chex Mix. Let's go through the pieces first. So we have the puffy Chex, the more squished dark Chex, 4 corners pretzel, maybe a grape pretzel, and then I didn't pour any, but we have the circle pretzels, and the most important thing are little breads. So first thoughts on the original Chex Mix is it's the OG. I feel like everyone's had this. It's got good salt to it. It's got decent flavor, but there's nothing crazy about it. It's just a perfect snack that if you don't want to be adventurous and you don't want to take any risks, I think there's better. So let's move on to our next. All right, so we're moving on to the bold. Bold has the same pieces as the traditional. So we have 2 different Chex. We have both our pretzels, our breadsticks, and our rye toasts. So I know this might be a little surprising to you guys, but the bold flavor is just like the original, but bold. Who would have thought, right? So it's got some Worcestershire sauce and some garlic, maybe a little onion in there, and it just really enhances all the flavors and it just makes it pop so much more. This is how I feel the original should taste, and then if they made this bolder, that would be awesome. This bold is really hard to stop eating. It's just, once you taste it, it's hard to go back. Like if you only eat the original, you'll think the original is good. Once you go bold, I think bold is the answer, but let's try cheddar. So we're moving on to the cheddar cheese Chex Mix. So it's actually slightly different than the previous 2 that we just tried. It has the puffy yellow Chex and then the dark flattened Chex. It also has breadsticks, but instead of rye, it also has pretzels, but instead of rye toast, we're getting these little Cheez-It doodads, and I'm here for it. These are all covered in a powdered cheese to give it that cheddar flavor. Let's dive right in. Right off the bat, this thing has got some amazing cheese flavor. It really just, every bite covered in cheese, and it's beautiful. I love this cheesy flavor. But these cheddar cheese Chex Mix is about the only cheese flavored snack that I'm here for. For artificial cheeses, this is my go-to cheddar flavor. Let's move on to this honey barbecue. So we got the honey barbecue Chex Mix. So we're moving back to these OG pieces. So we got both Chex, we got our breadsticks, our pretzels, both kinds, and our rye toasts. Nothing too special. It's coated in a barbecue smelling powder. So let's try these. So I really like these honey barbecue Chex Mix, but I think it's got a little bit of a problem. So I've eaten these before. It really depends who you talk to or who's trying them, but some people think they have like a really chemically taste and smell, whereas me personally, as soon as I stop eating them, I get this weird banana aftertaste in my mouth, and that's just, it's not what you want when you're eating a barbecue snack food. So let's move on to our sour cream and onion. Alright, last one in the savory category is our sour cream and onion. So as you can see, we have the same pieces as our original Chex Mix. We have both types of Chex, both pretzels, breadsticks, and rye toast, and it looks like it's covered in some kind of whitish green fakeness, and it's the sour cream and onion flavor. So another little fun fact about me is sour cream and onion is my favorite kind of chip. But I have to say, if you blindfolded me, handed me this Chex Mix, and asked me what kind it was, I would not be able to tell you that it was sour cream and onion Chex Mix. So that is disappointing. In case you guys haven't realized, we're going to do something a little special at the end with this. We have finished tasting everything in the umami/savory category, so let's get to these divisional power rankings. Coming in at number 5, we have sour cream and onion. 4, we have the honey barbecue. 3rd, right in the middle, we have the traditional middle of the pack, and then a close race between 1st and 2nd. But I gotta say, 2nd is going to be our cheddar, and then 1st is going to be our bold. That's not everything. We still have 2 more categories, and we still have to rank all 10 of these bad boys. So let's move on to our Indulgent Chex Mix. Bang! So we're now moving on to our Indulgent Chex Mix. We are going to start with our honey nut. So this honey nut has some interesting pieces. So we have the 2 original Chexes, but we also have the 2 pretzels, and we have this Cinnabon swirl looking cracker thing, and we also have a bigger, thicker, less wavy breadsticks. It's kind of like a flat sweet, kind of stale sweetness almost. It's not a very strong out there sweet, but it's got a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty, and I'm just kind of disappointed in it, but nothing that's really coming out and just like punching me with indulgence. The Cinna Swirl, it's got okay flavor. It's got a good texture, good crunch to it, but the flavor is a little minimal. And then the new breadstick, it has the best flavor in the bag, but the texture on it is a little too soft. But that being said, let's move on to this turtle. So we got this turtle. Same deal going on with this one. We got a couple new pieces, but we have the flat Chex, which are covered in chocolate powder, and then we have the puffy yellow Chex, which are covered in a hard caramel. But we also have powdered chocolate pretzels, both the circles and the squares, and then we have some nuts, M&Ms, and then for our specialty piece, we have caramel covered popcorn, so caramel corn. It's got a great balance between the chocolate and the caramel, so it really has a good 2 dimensions of flavor compared to these other flavors. There is no individual piece in this mix that is outshined by the others. I feel like you could grab any piece and be satisfied with, but at the same time, you run into the opposite problem. There is no piece that makes you have to have it, and that, I would say, is its only downfall. I gotta say, it's one of my favorites. Last but certainly not least, we have this dark chocolate. So this dark chocolate flavor has some new pieces and some old pieces. So we have the, actually, after further inspection of the dark chocolate, we have only puffy Chex, it seems. We have chocolate covered puffy Chex, and then we have yogurt covered puffy Chex, so I don't see any flat Chex while looking through this. We also have a new cookie, and we have M&Ms and chocolate covered pretzels. I'm assuming they're all dark chocolate, but there's only one way of finding out. We just finished eating the turtle flavor, and I just complimented it about how it's got a great 2 balances of different flavors. And I have to say, this is the exact opposite. There is one dominant flavor and there's nothing else. So if you love dark chocolate, you're gonna probably love this. These little yogurt pieces, I wish there was more of them because it would really help to balance the flavors in this one, and I think it would take it to a whole new level. The chocolate wafer pieces are super chocolatey. Like, you could have a bunch of Chex Mix in your mouth and you put one of those chocolate wafers in, only thing you'll taste. It has the star power that the turtle is missing. Let's get the score on this division. Coming in at number 3 is going to be this honey nut. At number 2, we're coming in with the dark chocolate, leaving turtle to be our number 1 indulgent Chex Mix. We still have 2 more in the spicy division before we compare all of these together. So let's move on to the spicy Chex Mix. Last division of Chex Mix flavors, we have the cheddar jalapeno and the ghost pepper. And let me tell you, I was very excited to be able to try both of these. We are going to start off with these jalapeno cheddar. The jalapeno cheddar. Hey. So we're starting off with these jalapeno cheddar Chex Mix. So upon first look, we have the exact same pieces as our cheddar cheese Chex Mix. It just doesn't look as cheesy. It's got a little more orange to it, so I'm assuming that's the spice. Giving this a sniff, first thing that comes to mind is that it is the only Chex Mix that has good aromatics to it, so I can smell the jalapenos. Got some spice to it, good spice. So not just spicy to be spicy, but it really nails that jalapeno flavor, and I think it's really good, and it is spot on to what it's claiming to be. Besides that, I don't know if I could eat this whole bag in one sitting because it does have some good kick to it, and hey, it says right here that it's spicy, so I'm not complaining that they made something that's supposed to be spicy. Let's move on to our last one, last but not least, the ghost peppers. This is supposed to be scary hot, so let's see if we survive. Last but not least, we got the ghost pepper. Upon further inspection, it has the exact same pieces as the traditional Chex Mix. So we have 2 different types of Chex, we have 2 different types of pretzels, we have breadsticks, and we have our rye breads. One thing to note, that this is scary orange. This is intimidatingly orange poured in the bowl, and that is terrifying. We all know ghost peppers are hot. Hopefully I can survive this. Very underwhelmingly spiced. That being said, I do feel some spice in my mouth, but I almost want to say that the jalapeno Chex Mix was spicier. This thing has some amazing flavor to it. It has a good like barbecue flavor at the beginning, honestly. If the honey barbecue emulated this flavor right now, it would be way up in the power rankings. The name gave it really high expectations, and the fact that it doesn't come up to its family name is going to bring it down a little bit for me, but it is still a very good Chex Mix. Let's move on to our last divisional ranking between the 2 spicy Chex Mix. Jalapeno cheddar, ghost pepper. I'm gonna have to give second place to the ghost pepper. And the jalapeno cheddar was spot on to what it said to be. It had a great jalapeno flavor and is honestly an amazing spicy snack. We have just tried 10 different flavors of Chex Mix, and we are going to decide which Chex Mix is the best of our 10 flavors. So quick rundown one last time. The winner of our savory division was the bold, with a close second being the cheddar. Our winner of the indulgent division was the turtle, and then the winner of our spicy division was the jalapeno cheddar. We're going to see how these divisions stack up together. Let's go to our final results and see which Chex Mix is the best. Number 10, Honey Nut. Very underwhelming to me. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it, I just don't think it's that great. So let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is our dark chocolate, and this is just a one-trick pony. Number 8, let's hit it. Number 8, we have the sour cream and onion. I had high expectations for it, and it didn't deliver. So let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is the honey barbecue because of the aftertaste of this thing. You hate to see it. It has so much potential, but it just didn't deliver. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6, we have traditional, and it's in the middle of the pack where it belongs. There's nothing special about it, and there's nothing bad about it. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is the ghost pepper. This could arguably be higher. You want this thing to be dangerously spicy, and it's just not. Let's go number 4. So number 4 is jalapeno cheddar. It just didn't do enough for me to crack the top 3. Let's see what are the top 3. Here are the top 3 flavors. We still have the divisional winner in the indulgent category, turtle. We have the runner-up in the savory with cheddar, and we have the divisional winner in the savory, which is the bold. And now all 3 of these flavors are fantastic. It took me a while to come to a conclusion between the 3. I was laying in my bed just kind of like thinking like, I don't know. That being said, there must be a winner. You can't go wrong with any of these. But coming in at number 3, cheddar. One of the reasons this is coming in at number 3 is because it wasn't even a divisional winner. It really hurt me to put this at number 3, but that just means that there are more delicious flavors than this cheese one. I'm going to tell you which one is number 1 right now. We have bold. Bold, carrying the torch for traditional. It is the essence of Chex Mix. There's something about a bold Chex Mix that once you open the bag and start eating, that you just can't put it down. Turtles coming in at number 2. These are very switchable at 1 and 2, mostly depending on what you enjoy or what you're wanting at the time. You can't go wrong with any of these top 3. I love all of these Chex Mix flavors. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to taste all these Chex Mix. Why not try a one of everything? It actually is like a really good combo of all these flavors, and if you put this out at a party, I think it would be a hit. That being said, I do not think they should make anything like this because it's weird. But it's a weird I enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I thoroughly enjoyed eating all this Chex Mix and being able to tell you which ones I enjoyed. I love making these videos, and if you could do me a favor, go down here or here. I don't know. I'm in the screen, man. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here or you got this far. Hit the like button. Please leave a comment telling me which Chex Mix is your favorite. I'm sure you've had some before. This is Ryan. You've been watching Foodiligent. Remember, be diligent.